What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another episode of the Just Chillin podcast with three guests, as you can see. Shout out to PTA Sports, Pest the Analyst in here. Otis the Goat is somewhere down there. Shout out to Alex from Big Blue in the Bronx. Shout out to Nate in here. And I'm pretty sure in a couple minutes or so, KB might pop in. He did respond saying he'll have time. But yo, how's everybody doing, man? What's up?
Hey, we're good. I'm trying to get Otis on camera here. Come here, buddy. Up.
Use the toy to get him up.
Hey, there's
there
Otis.
He is.
We got Otis. We can't have. I can't come on Cush's channel without Otis the Goat sighting. What's up?
Yeah,
Otis?
we need the Otis the Goat sighting.
That's enough of that. Okay, keep it moving, Otis. We're done.
Shout out to everybody in here, and Edward Chan, Logan's Giants Zone, Jaden the Champ, Joseph Balby, NFL DNA. We got Emmanuel Quickly's burner. I'd like to see it, but you should be looking at film for tomorrow's game. Ross Carson, VT Gaming, YT, Ash Money in here as well. I think got everybody Jersey Life, Miz, Tommy O.C. How's everybody doing? Alex, Nate, how y'all doing, man? We got a Mets fan in here, and Harrison Aaron as well.
Well, that's unfortunate, but
that's sorry about you.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Unfortunately, my baseball team lost today, but once again, you live and you learn with sports. At least we're getting to play this year. But you know, I haven't really paid attention to the latest draft rumors because I know it's all smoke screens and stuff like that. But I'm really excited. They're going to be live for 4 straight days next week, so it's going to be real interesting.
Thanks. 4 straight days?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay, heard.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, Alex, you said it. At least you get to play. I have had 5 straight games canceled. Rainouts and COVID combination. We've had 5 games start the year, all 5 canceled.
Jesus.
It's bad.
Yo, why are you still on the team, bro?
I'm trying to actually play these games, man.
It doesn't look like you're going to play. How many are on the schedule?
Like 20-ish.
Bro, that's already a fourth of the season gone.
No, we're making up 4 out of 5 later.
Okay.
We've already got
if there is a later
doubleheaders scheduled. It's going to be brutal. Our pitchers are going to be Dunyan rings later in the season.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What position do you guys play?
Outfield.
And else?
Same with Nate, but I also pitch as well.
You're one of those.
Baseball heads. I mean, listen, I don't know nothing about baseball, y'all, so I can't contribute to this.
Fact.
Hey, this is how I feel.
Me and Pest on the same wavelength.
Softball. I play a little softball. Softball count?
I mean,
shout out to Taylor in the chat as well.
Hey, there he is. YouTube Yoda's in the building. What's going on?
But we have one unfortunate thing here. Nate doesn't watch basketball, like he just said, but he is an honorary Knicks fan. He said that on one stream.
Yeah.
But Pest is unfortunately a Nets fan, but I'm not even sure how much he watches the Nets. That's the real question.
I mean, I watch here and there when I can catch it, but I mean, I just want to say, I know that I'm currently in Knicks country, but how long have we been streaming for?
It's only been 3 minutes, bro.
Oh, okay, well, the Knicks, all right? I hate
Why
it.
though?
I hate the Knicks. I've always hated the Knicks.
What did the Knicks do to you, bro?
I can't stand. Okay, so when I was a kid, right? When I was real young, I was super into basketball, right? This is like I'm just learning about how great football is, but I'm just like I like sports overall. So I'm starting to become a big basketball fan. One of my uncles was a Bills. I mean, it's not Bills. Was a Bulls fan. So I started following the Bulls along with him. So I became a huge Chicago Bulls fan. And if you're a Chicago Bulls fan, there's a few teams that you don't like.
Yeah,
you don't
Knicks is
like
one
Detroit,
of them.
and you don't like the Knicks. Like that's just so I don't like Detroit, and I don't like the Knicks at all. I can't stand the Knicks.
So you more of a Bulls fan than you are a Nets fan, is what you're telling me, bro?
No. I actually follow the Nets way more than I stopped following the Bulls in my teenage years. Like I was just like, I'm from Jersey. I shouldn't be rooting for the Bulls. I should be rooting for the Nets. And so that's what I started rooting for the Nets.
All right, you chose the wrong team, but it is what it is. Shout out to Giants Being Sports. Yeah, I know, right? And Word in here. 2 of them pretty excited to see you. Word and Giants Being Sports in there. But all right, then let's get to the Giants talk. Smoke screen or not smoke screen? I gotta say smoke screen with literally everything that's come out in the past 2 weeks, man.
I mean, why pay attention to anything that's coming out of the Giants camp right now? It's all lies. It's all lies.
Yeah, I mean,
so if it's all lies, where do you think we going?
I honestly
Who the
think
hell knows?
This is one of the first times where I legit don't know what direction we're going, and I don't care. Like, as long as it's not Gregory Rousseau, we're good over here. They can get anybody they want. Like, this is going to be one time where I will not be mad about the pick, except for if it's one player. Like, if it's one player, I'm going to be pissed off.
Pest
But
is speaking my
like,
language.
there's no one that I'm specifically looking for. I don't care who we get. Get whoever is the best player available, you grab him. If he's not there because all the good players are taken, then trade back and we'll figure it out later. I don't know. They can get whoever they want.
I don't have my sunglasses, but
don't care.
Hey, Marjorie, what's up? How you doing? Bet.
By the way, Pest, how do you feel about Kush poaching your thing off your general with the hey there to whoever the hell is in chat? He's stealing it from you.
Wait a minute. Did he steal that from me? You stealing from me, Kush?
I wouldn't say stealing, but you know what I'm saying? I've employed it.
Are you sampling? Is that what you're doing right now? You're sampling?
Maybe. I mean, you didn't do it. You didn't do it just now. We got Marjorie in the chat, bro.
I didn't see. Okay,
Yo, Alex, what does it say for me to get one of those mozzarella sticks?
I'm violating. I'm violating. Hi, Marjorie. I don't know who Marjorie is, but hi, Marjorie. You're remixing. That's fine. If you're remixing, if you're sampling it and remixing it, we're good.
Well, I think you're a high. He's more of a hey, which is close enough, I guess.
He sampled it and remixed it. We good.
I also say, what's up? How you doing?
it's still greeting.
Yeah, Alex, Nate, or Nate, you want to go first? You were saying he was speaking in language.
Yeah, I mean, what he said, everything that he said, I agree with. Been saying it for a while. There's just almost no way to go wrong with this pick at the point we're at, except Greg Rousseau. It is literally the one player I don't want them to take. Outside of that, like, realistically, I can't see them making a pick I would dislike. The only thing now that we could possibly be upset about is if there's someone on the board we want that they pass on, which is small potatoes compared to other things that could have gone wrong in previous drafts. So, I mean, I'm just excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I honestly think, and obviously, you know, people think we're going tackle this year. I honestly don't think that. I think it's going to be weapon or edge in 11, even though it's the best player available, and I wouldn't have a problem with that, whether it's Waddle or Smith on the board. Going back to Nate's question about the mozzarella sticks, I actually have a story to tell.
Oh, please.
So today, my mom ordered for $7.45 delivery pizza, mozzarella sticks, and grandma pizza and stuff like that. And,
What's grandma
What's
pizza?
grandma pizza?
What the hell is grandma pizza?
I like how we all asked
have
that,
the
bro.
same
Yeah,
question.
like, what is that?
It's like super thin crust pizza, but still, well, actually, it's not as good as like regular pizza. But anyway,
Is it flatbread pizza?
I'm actually not sure, but in the same conversation of that she ordered the delivery for $7.45 and they delivered at $1.45.
Hey, Chris. Hey, YouTube Yoda. Don't you come at us all crazy. I never heard nobody say grandma pizza. Like,
if it was just one of us, all right, but literally all three of us.
Right? Yeah.
What?
Like, if only one of us had said it, then you could get on them a little bit. But if 3 out of 4 on the stream have no idea what the hell it is, back off.
Pizza. I mean, that sounds terrible.
I mean, from the description, it sounds like flatbread or like what Nick is saying.
I mean, like the description sounds fine, like it's like a super thin crust pizza. But if someone was like, "Hey, man, come on over today, we having grandma pizza," I'd be like, "Oh."
Like the first thing I'm assuming is your grandma made it.
I don't want no grandma pizza. Is your grandma Italian? I mean,
then yeah, sure.
Grandma pizza.
So this man's just out here snacking on mozzarella sticks right now. But then, Pest, it's been a while since you've been on for one of these, quote unquote mock draft streams. Which, depending on when I do it, you may not be here for it. But who do you want, bro? I know you say you don't have anybody that like you'd be angry at, but there's got to be one player you're like, I'd really like to see them in a Giants uniform.
See, we're at a weird place because there's a few players that I'd be okay with. Like if like Sewell, which I don't think would happen, if he dropped, I'd be cool with them grabbing him up. Slater, I'd be cool with them grabbing Slater up because Slater can play inside outside, offensive line. I'd be okay if one of the good wide receivers fell to us. I was talking about not really thinking we needed Kyle Pitts, but if Kyle Pitts fell to us for some reason and we got him, I'd take him. So that's where I'm at right now. Is that if there's so many players that could fall to us because you never know how these drafts are going to pan out. Like you never know.
There's not one guy you really want to see in this uniform though.
Not right now. Like right now, I'm good with whatever. I'm legitimately good with whatever. There is not one sole person that I'm like, we gotta have him.
Mm-hmm.
I just not for me right now. No, because I feel like every move that we make, with the exception of Rousseau, every move we make is a luxury pick. Like it's a luxury pick for us. I really feel like it's a luxury pick. So we could continue to fortify our wide receiver core. We could make our line stronger. Parsons. Maybe we get Parsons. I'm cool with Parsons. Linebacker. I'm good with that. We can't go wrong here. There's just too much good value here for us to really go wrong. Except for Rousseau.
Yeah.
Better not kick his ass. We better not.
Anybody you particularly? I know you like Terry, but we're talking first round. Anybody that you want to see, no matter what, Nate?
Well, by the way, before I answer that, me and Rick Gull are going at it in the chat, and he says Hub's a real one for not eating. Alex and Nate have no respect for us.
They're just jealous.
I'm chilling,
man.
Y'all are like kind of violating the stream code of shoving food in your face.
Come on.
While you're streaming. I mean, that's kind of like unless you're doing like a subathon or like a 12-hour, 24-hour stream, like you kind of can't shove food in your face.
Whatever.
Y'all too comfortable. Y'all too comfortable up in Clutch's house right now.
Oh, comfortable? No. I'm sitting on a bench right now. I'm not comfortable. I don't have a chair.
Listen. The only things that are allowed is water and vapes.
Yo, say that again. Say water again.
Water.
Okay, no, it sounded like you said water at first. I was like, what?
I heard water at first.
Water.
Now, the second time you said it, I heard water, bro. But the first time I was like, huh?
You thought that I said water.
Yeah.
Wart.
Well, yeah, like wart, like from the Halo.
I need you to understand how hard it is for me to say water properly. It's hard. I have to water.
Yo, can you say roof?
Alex has had the respect for chat to turn his camera off while he eats.
He says
only temporarily.
He says water, but like it has more of an O sound. I can't even reproduce it. But instead of saying roof, he says roof. And I'm just like, that's a dog, bro. That's not the roof, man.
I don't know. There's still words. There's still words that I can't get the Jersey out of, like car, door, mustard. It's just some words.
Chris in chat says water.
Yeah, water.
Coffee.
I feel like everybody says coffee, like coffee.
Yeah, coffee. I can't.
I kind of don't actually. I say coffee.
Yeah, that's a very soft coffee.
I have a mix between like Boston and that, which comes out as coffee. So sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not.
Gotta get that coffee.
Shout out to Max Webster for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Max. He says, "Hub, my bad. Check Twitter when you can. Bet I'll try to check it after stream. What's good, y'all? PTA, get ready for draft night. Excited for the stream. Hope y'all been good.
Hell yeah,
appreciate it, Max.
My boy Max and I, we will be live streaming the round 1 of the draft.
Hey,
so we're excited about that.
Nice.
Shout out to NFL DNA. He's posted this a couple times. Bro, it's fine. Do your geology homework, you know what I'm saying? But he says, do I think the Giants will trade down? This is another one. Well, this one has been entertained for a couple weeks. I want to say 3 weeks or now. But do you guys think this is also a smokescreen, or what are you thinking about this, the whole trade down thing?
I think it's a smokescreen, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's very possible. It's very possible for us to trade down. Very possible, right? Maybe one of the people that we really, really like is gone, which I just find it so hard to believe that.
Wait. Hey Sabrina, what's up? How you doing, man? Everything good?
The low key hey from Hub there.
You could continue.
I just don't think that there's going to be. I don't think that we're going to be in a situation where someone that we love is not going to be there at 11. But I could see it happening. Maybe I wouldn't put it past the Giants to trade down. I don't think it's a high probability of it happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think anything's possible. I like just going into where the Giants are in this draft with as many options as they have and as much flexibility as they have. I mean, I wouldn't think there's any safe bet for what they do and what they won't do. It all depends on what the phone calls are like leading up to the draft. On draft night, it all depends how the board shapes up. So, again, I don't think they'll trade down. It doesn't feel like a Gettleman thing to do. Like, some guys just have tendencies, and his tendency is not to trade down. So I don't think so. It's very possible, though.
Yeah, going back to Pest's point, I really don't know that someone they don't like or someone that like they like is going to be gone. There's obviously a couple options that they have to keep tabs on. It's not one certain player, so I don't know if they'll trade down. I mean, obviously the pop out options are New England and Chicago, but I wouldn't be opposed to trading down. But at the same time, we are not in the we're not in the draft room, so we can't tell. We can only have an opinion ourselves.
Right.
Shout out to Rick for the $2 super chat. I appreciate this, Rick, but you've been kind of coming at Alex and Nate here, but I do appreciate that. He does say, "Do we need a running back in the draft?" Which is a good question because we did sign Devontae Booker. I mean, do you guys want to get into this now, or do you still want to talk about the trade back scenario?
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's your show, man.
Dealer's choice.
All right, then, because I did want to ask, do we need a running back in the draft? Like,
I think so.
Are we set?
I think we need running back depth, but when I see the fact that we only have 6 picks and we have our Saquon Barkley and a guy we just paid to be a really, really, really high-end RB2, I'd rather just get an undrafted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we do get a running back, it'd have to be late.
Late.
Last pick. Let's just grab a running back just for depth.
Our 2 picks in the 6th, by the way, are only 4 apart. So would you say the last pick or like just one of the last picks?
Either way, it's fine. So just someone in the Puka Williams range, somewhere down there.
Elijah Mitchell.
Wait a minute. Where do you think Puka is at?
I think Puka's going 4th or 5th actually.
You think 4th that high? I think 5th or 6th.
I mean, yeah, I think Puka. It sounds like a mid-round guy to me, to be honest with you. Oh snap! Authentic is in the building.
Yo,
what up,
real?
Authentic? Yeah, he's right there.
Authentic? What's going on with you, my guy?
By the way, I do have to address this one because he took a shot at all of us, man. But shout out to Lucas though. Because of Lucas, I finally got a Blake Martinez jersey. Thank you, man. He says, do female Giants supporters pray one day that all the male Giants fans will have any sort of game?
I'm 16. That's y'all's problem. You can figure that out.
You know what?
I don't have to worry about it.
I'm an honorary teenager, bro. I'm an honorary teenager. So, yeah, I'm chilling, bro.
I got time,
bro.
I got time. Pest has a wife. Kush, you got some issues.
Listen, bro, you miss all the shots you don't take.
On Twitter, bro.
Listen,
Kush has problems.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
Let me just say this. Kush, I'm very proud of you for going, what was it, 8 days?
It was 8 days. They challenged me, man.
I'm very proud of you for going 8 days, okay? But here's the problem. The moment that 8th day ended,
oh, yeah,
it was back to being dehydrated.
Immediately.
For Kush. It was back to being dehydrated.
I'm very hydrated.
This man finished a detox and had a first meal of 12 donuts. Yeah, that was what that was right there.
Yeah, yo, it was
That's
bad.
what that was.
It was bad. He went right back to it. It was just like, man, he's into it a bit, brother. Nah, I'm hitting them all.
Listen,
I mean,
man.
you keep saying you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So far as I've seen, you've missed 100% of the shots you have taken.
Listen, I got one DM out of all of that.
Really?
Did bro. You? I need to know who that is.
Yeah, after the stream.
Yeah, later on, I'm gonna need to know who. I need to know. Wait. High follower account?
I'd have to check. I think so. Why?
Oh snap!
I think I'm
Well,
not gonna
compared to
lie. We
me,
need pics or it didn't happen right now. That's what this is
I'm
for
not
me.
showing no type of
No,
YouTube
after
stream
the
that,
stream,
bro.
after the stream, man.
I mean, because I'm only gonna be here for like another 20 minutes. So you can text it to me. You can just text that shit to me. You just text it to me, okay? We'll be out.
Yo, wow, bro.
Yo,
But
Logan in the chat said it's a guy.
listen, let's get back to the Giants. I don't know why y'all are so interested in my Twitter activities, bro. The Twitter is there for Kush, not for the hub. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Drop your Giants questions though, guys. NFL DNA got another one. He says, "Is Jalen Phillips an option after traded down to 15?" Now you did take a look at Rousseau. Pest, did you take a look at Phillips?
I saw a little bit of Phillips. I like Phillips way more than I
He's
like
a beast.
Rousseau. The only problem with Phillips is the medical, right?
Yeah.
That's the issue is the medical. If
Absolutely.
we trade down, and we grab Phillips, I'd be okay with that. I don't think we grab him at 11. But if we did grab him at 11, I'd be like, all right, cool. I am concerned about the medicals, just a little concerned about the medicals.
Alex, I know Nate loves him, but Alex,
Yeah, there was I don't know who came out with it. It was some Instagram page or whatever, but I found it very accurate that they were doing the class of rushers and they said Jalen Phillips is probably the most NFL ready, and I do agree with that.
how
I
do you
wouldn't have
define NFL ready?
Well, probably shining a lot in the how explosive he is in the run game and the pass game, especially for the fact he played a couple of years at UCLA, then he retired, and then puts this amount of production on the field at a different level of competition. I mean, that just shows me that you're a worthy high pick. The only factor is once again is the concussion injuries and all that stuff, but I don't know if the Giants and obviously Joe Judge being more aggressive than coaches and other related officials in the past, but I don't think he's going to be the guy to draft scared. So keep an eye out on that.
What up, Jay? How you doing? And Nate, go ahead, man. Give your spiel on Phillips, man.
I'll keep it to a minimum tonight. Listen. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's an absolute beast. I think he's the only guy in this draft that at this very moment looks like when he enters the league, he'll be a premier pass rusher. He's the only guy that really is a dominant edge threat. And that's why I've said before, now that we've taken care of our two biggest needs, receiver and corner, with premier options and free agency, I'm more comfortable reaching and taking a risk for a guy like him. Obviously, you'd rather trade back and take him if you can. And I should preface this. I was talking to someone on Twitter about this today, and I should have said this. There's like 5, 6 other guys I'd rather take than Jalen Phillips at 11. But I would be very okay with that pick just because he's so complete as a player in the pass game and in the run game. He knows how to make his moves. He's got a variety of tools in his tool bag. His first step is so explosive. I just love this dude's tape. Obviously, concussions are a big problem. They really are. So it obviously takes a big hit to his draft stock.
Yo, Nate hit on a very, very key word there, or key phrase there. Tool bag. Like when you say pro ready, it's what do you have in your tool bag as a player, especially as someone in the trenches? What's your move set? What can you do? What's your bend look like? What's your ability to get hands off you look like? Is the damn dog's crazy. And so, like, that's a very, very key phrase right there. You couldn't have said it better myself in regards to what pro ready looks like.
Yeah. And sorry. And I just think when you talk about pro ready, he's the only guy in this class that is that complete. His moves are so polished. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to rush the passer. He's a great prospect. Again, availability is the best ability. We all know it. We all preach it. But now that we've hit those other two needs, I'm comfortable taking him.
Pez, how do you feel about our line? Because that's I guess there's really two things at the top right now, in my opinion, as to what Giants fans want. It's the line or it's a weapon. Do you believe in this offensive line? Are you saying to yourself, I feel like, give them some more time to gel, they could be it? Or, like, do you think it needs another addition?
So this is difficult for me, right? Because like I think that we could potentially have a solid offensive line. I don't think we're going to have a good offensive line. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this right now. Otis to go is rushing the passer behind me. I don't think that we're going to have a good offensive line, but I think it'll be solid.
Is it going to be improved from last year?
Yeah,
that's the real question.
Yes, there will be improvement from last year, but I don't think that our offensive line is going to be the cornerstone of our offense. I just don't. I think we need some more time, and I think we need some more work, and we may need another player. Which is the reason why I'd be okay if we was able to grab, somebody in the draft at some point. It doesn't have to be with our with number 11, but
okay.
I do think that we need another lineman.
When you say you need another lineman, where?
I'm concerned about guard play. I'm concerned about depth at guard play. I think Shane Lemieux can be okay.
And shout out to Bobby Murphy. I know he's an Eagles fan. He loves to troll us, but this is a fact. Pass blocking, we were not good last year.
Okay.
But then again, we did improve towards the end.
Yeah.
PFF though.
Yeah. So
PFF.
First off, the pass blocking was bad. It was. It was so inconsistent, which made it bad. Obviously, consistency is the biggest thing. But I'd like to point out it was markedly improved from previous years and from even just in the beginning of the season. So we're making progress. It's not like all hope is lost.
And it's also like, how do you judge it as well when teams were legitimately sending 8 every snap?
Right, exactly. And we talk so much about how this is a complementary game, and it is. So we're going to see that in action when Kenny Golladay and whoever we draft takes the field next year. With that being said, PFF is absolute garbage, and I will never base an opinion on it so long as I live.
So yeah, I like to chalk up, or I think I chalk up our offensive woes to a combination of things. One, our wide receivers weren't getting separation, so it didn't matter if we could block forever. Okay, it just didn't matter. We'll see if we can put a better combination out on that field to get separation. I don't think you need to have the best offensive line in the league to win games, but they need to be good. They need to be solid, and I think that we do have the pieces to have a pretty decent offensive line. But I'm concerned about depth.
Yeah, sure.
I am concerned about depth.
Yeah.
Even after we got a guy in Zach Fulton at the guard who I think is going to be a depth guy.
I mean, that's
still
cool,
concerned,
but we still need some depth.
So that's what you're looking for, then. You think we need depth, not necessarily a guard starter.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we need a starter. I don't know if we need a starter, but we definitely need some depth. 100%.
Maybe I've just been talked into this because at the beginning of the offseason, I was with Pest. I liked Lemieux and Hernandez as our starting guards next year, and I wanted to build some offensive line depth under them. Maybe I've just been talked into it. It kind of sounds better now that we don't have a whole lot of other holes to fill to get an upgrade over them, and now they're the depth.
And listen, if one of them badass linemen is sitting there at 11 and we take them, I'm not gonna be upset. I'll be like, cool,
exactly.
Another badass lineman, and they're young. So cool, we got another badass lineman on the team for 4 to 5 years. Cool.
Don't let Kim Jones hear you say they're young.
Yeah, well, Kim Jones. Let's talk about Kim Jones.
Go ahead, man.
Let's
Go ahead.
Let's talk about Kim Jones. Sometimes I feel like Kim Jones just has an agenda to make the Giants look bad. Like I don't know if Kim Jones actually likes the Giants. I wonder if she just lives in New York, so she works in New York and she covers these New York teams, because the way she talks about this team, the way she talks about Dave Gettleman, it's terrible. And I'm like, BBS is in the house.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up with you, man? I'm talking smack about Kim Jones.
Let's do it.
I just don't like her. I don't like her. It seems like she's got a vendetta, or she's got a narrative that she wants to spin.
She misses OBJ. That's what it is.
And sometimes when I listen to Kim Jones talk or ask questions, BBS is violating the rules as well. But he probably just got off of work and he's a national hero, so he's allowed.
I am.
So when I
Yo,
when I
Logan
listen
says
to-
OBJ simp.
when I listen to Kim Jones, when I listen to her talk about the team or ask questions at press conferences, it almost makes me feel like I am reading the tweets of some of these gimmick Twitter accounts. You know these gimmick Twitter accounts. Like you know what I'm talking about. They're like the grifters, on Twitter, whose the narrative is get them in bad moves, and it's like, bro, like it's clear that you're a grifter. Like it's clear that you're a gimmick account and you're pushing a narrative. That's the way I feel about Kim Jones. Straight up. I don't like her.
Oh, yeah.
Get her out of here. My phone's
Right.
blowing up over here.
Noah in chat wants you to blink twice if you're being kidnapped, KB.
No, I'm still in my undisclosed location, but it is consensual. It's consensual.
Hey, yo.
That was not the right word to use.
Yeah, that wasn't
there.
the right word, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
That location.
I mean, it's with my consent. It's with my will.
Why you gotta
right?
use
Still
that
not the
word,
right
bro?
word there, dude.
I'm trying to say I'm not being
terminology.
kidnapped.
No, we
trying to
know
say
what
I'm
you
not being
mean,
kidnapped.
but
All right. You got get your mind out the gutter.
Anybody else got anything else to say on Kim Jones?
Well, I mean, Kim Jones, obviously, I used to kind of look up to her in a little bit of a way when she was with the Yankees, but not so much anymore.
So is she talking smack again?
No, it was just I just
Um,
kind of made a joke when Pest was like he wouldn't mind having a young lion, and I was like, don't say that to Kim Jones, and then yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah. With that, going back to the offensive guard talk, I still do think we need maybe like one or two more, because I think what this offensive line needs is three different qualities. They need time, coaching, and chemistry. And sometimes chemistry isn't always like a good factor or a bad factor or whatever. But if just give me 1 second, I apologize.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. If we grab somebody like Quinn Miners in the later rounds, I don't care. Good addition. Robert Hainsey, guys out of Notre Dame. And then the first couple of rounds, if we grab someone like Slater, upgrade the position. Not a bad thing.
BBS, they're getting you right now, man.
Man, what's going on?
The chat is getting you about this Afghani cave you streaming from.
Yo, what did you call it?
I would say it's a pretty nice background. It's just not.
Hey yo,
Arguable.
I don't have the squares. I don't have the squares in back of me, but my cowboy squares. The little squares that everybody
This man said an Afghani cave, bro.
Is Osama on the other side of the camera?
Osama's
I am
filming
not
it.
being hostage. I am not being
He's holding up
hostage.
the cards. The cards behind the camera.
I am not being
There's
hostage.
that gun point, and then there's that bomb point.
Hey yo,
Dang.
I'm a little concerned about your well-being in your current location.
I'm under good care. I'm being taken care of.
I am in no danger.
Sound like a robot.
Danger.
But
You're
yeah,
not-
okay. I've been seeing Ash Money and Jersey Life in particular, and they've been having a debate in the chat right now. I asked about the O line, but then there's the debate for the wide receivers as well. You guys any one of y'all could hop in and start off right away. Basically, Jersey Life has been saying, let me scroll up because I don't want to misquote him, but along the lines of a lot of quarterbacks have crappy lines, but still can fight, and their offense still fights because they have good receivers. Who wants to hop in and start that off, man? Go ahead.
That is a flawed misconception. I feel like a lot of teams may get away with it now with good receivers, but like Kansas City, for example. But you saw in the Super Bowl, obviously, when their guys are not there, they're not the same. You could get away with that, but at the same time, you need a quarterback with quick reactions, a guy that can anticipate a throw, and with Saquon. No, I'm talking about as a quarterback. If you have a terrible offensive line, but you have good receivers, you need a quarterback that's capable, that's cool under pressure, that can anticipate throws, extremely accurate, and you need a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of things. And listen, say what you want about Eli, but he was good at doing that, anticipating throws, and obviously he would miss a lot of times, but he was a gunslinger, and that's what you need there. But that's really pushing the boundaries. That's not a good reason to say, oh, let's draft a receiver in the first round because, a lot of teams get away with having good receivers and a bad O-line. That's just not a good philosophy to run by, man. You need a good offensive line.
So are you saying that you wouldn't take a wide receiver, or are you just arguing against the point?
I'm not arguing against the wide receiver point. I am of course the offensive line guy. If we went wide receiver, I wouldn't be mad. But as your main argument saying that teams get away with having a good receiving core and a bad offensive line is just not valid. It's just not. I don't see that as being a good point.
Alex, what about you, bro?
Obviously, I think the two have to sync together. But sometimes you don't have to have a good offensive line to have a good offense. I guess the other way around also goes around game plan. But when especially with the Giants situation this year, and obviously, we got Galladay, we got John Ross as a depth piece, but you still have Evan Ingram who doesn't have hands to save his life. He also is injury prone in the past. Let's not forget that. You got Shepard, who's concussion prone. You got Slayton, who's not necessarily all reliable. So I guess if you're the Giants, you can't, just like the Nate Solder situation last year, which kind of revealed the Andrew Thomas pick. Dave Gettleman said you can't be afraid to draft over anybody. So if Devonta Smith or Jalen Waddle's there, you have to go get him. And obviously, if you don't get him in the first round, this receiving core in terms of the draft class, I think is stacked, and it also depends on coaching as well. But just because you don't get one in the first round doesn't mean you can't get one in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh rounds.
Yeah, I think for me, I look at it as you take who you want to take when you want to take them. I've said this before. When I look at the players that I want and what I want to accomplish going into a draft, I kind of just say, all right, I like this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. How am I going to get as many of them as possible? And what are my backup options? Then you go from there. I don't love making picks based entirely on need or based entirely on value, because when you do too much of one or the other, it's just not going to work out all the time.
Need a mixture of both.
Yeah, just to get... First off, it's all situational. Second off, that's a nice transition into what the original question was, which is about offensive line and how some quarterbacks can still play well behind a crappy offensive line. That's all situational, as is everything in football. And the thing is, that works over the course of a season because they have a system that makes it work. That's over a stretch of 16 games over 17 weeks. When you have to play one game, win or go home in the postseason, you got to be able to win in the trenches. You must. You have to in order to win a Super Bowl. Or the entire rest of your team has to be all-pro caliber. But when it comes to the entire season, when your system works that way and it's designed that way, over the course of those 16 games, it can make up for the lack of impact up front. But in one game, you got to be able to win on the ground. That's just how postseason teams have to do it.
What do you think about the last two comments I highlighted there, Pest, where Jersey Life is saying we have no proven receivers and one tackle isn't going to change the offense?
Okay. I mean, we
tell him, Pest. Tell him.
We kind of have one proven receiver.
I'd say we have two. I feel like Sterling Shepard doesn't get the praise he deserves.
I was going to say we have one proven receiver with Shepard. And then we have a newly signed receiver who has proven himself with Galladay. So I mean, like that's two. Now I will admit that everyone else is a question mark. Like everyone else is a question mark.
I will also admit that all of them do have injury problems. But like Nate has said several times, you don't go looking for the injuries, but it is there. The history is there.
It is there. But
Sorry.
I mean, okay, Jersey Life. So is Saquon. We counting him out? I mean, we counting Saquon out?
Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. We get wrapped up so much about injuries, like it's not a part of the game. Okay, like we can't go into seasons afraid of injury. All right, this is a gladiator sport. All right, this is a bunch of grown men running into each other for 60 minutes. All right, we're not playing ballet. Okay, we're not figure skating. Okay, this is not badminton. We're talking about football. Stop worrying about injuries. It happens. It's a part of the game. So chill about, oh, this guy was hurt last year. Oh, that guy, he's prone to get injured. Everyone's injury prone in football because everyone can get hurt. So chill with this injury bullshit.
Yeah, and that's easy
to
say.
It's been 40 minutes in, bro.
Yeah,
chill with the injury talk. It's dumb. Like
that's very fair, and you're absolutely right. But these people do have a point in the sense that a lot of our players have injury concerns, and it's important to get some depth behind them.
Every player has injury concerns because
not to the extent that some of our guys do.
It doesn't matter.
Listen,
how many times was Saquon Barkley hurt in his career prior to coming to the NFL? And now he's suddenly injury prone. Like
he's not one of the guys I'm talking about.
I understand that.
Yeah, he's just using an example.
I'm using it as an example.
But here's the thing, how Jersey. I'm not trying to gang up on Jersey Life, but a lot of since everybody wants the receiver, and that's pretty much the same talking point is these guys are unproven and we need depth because of injury. You could say the same thing about the offensive line. Who's really proven on the offensive line? Who's proven? Nate Solder is there, but he's just he's coming off of
Don't invoke his name.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's like the most veteran you have at the offensive line. We don't even know if he's starting yet. Yeah. All right, so. And Kevin Zeitler's gone, so who's proven? Yeah. So if anything, that makes a case for the offensive line instead of the wide receivers.
I think the one that pisses me off the most when I hear it is, we're one injury away from what we were last year.
Exactly.
I'm not going to swear. That is such crap. I hate that so much.
They're saying, guess what? They're saying the same thing about corners, and if Adoree Jackson gets hurt, that people are making the case for Patrick Surtain and saying,
that's one injury away. I don't get it.
I'm like, you could say that, dude. You could say that for any position on the.
Hey, look, the Jaguars just drafted Trevor Lawrence. They're one injury away from being back to Gardner Minshew. They should go draft a quarterback at 25.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Right. Tampa Bay is one injury away from being a Tom Brady-less team. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
I will say this. While I agree with everything y'all are saying, I do want a receiver within the first 2 rounds. So I'm looking like
I have 3.
Listen,
yeah.
I'm still cool with getting.
I say 3. I say 3. I'm with Nate on this one. I say 3. I feel like here. Let's put this into perspective. Say these guys are healthy. Say not everybody. So let's just say 1 or 2 guys may get hurt. John Ross, let's just say he gets hurt, right? And we got Kenny G, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and they're playing good. Sterling Shepard's playing up to his potential. Kenny G's being a beast, and Darius Slayton is the burner. How are you going to incorporate your first round wide receiver and give him the same volume of first round wide receiver?
Y'all getting in on it with each other, bro. Chill. It's not that serious.
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's pissing me off. Damn. Noah, relax.
It's okay. It's not that serious.
Okay. Well, so since I got everybody fired up, that's a perfect time for me to slide up out of here. I gotta go.
In classic Pest fashion.
I got a game that I gotta go play, and I was supposed to play it 15 minutes ago, and I got this man waiting. So I'm gonna go get my Twitch stream popping, y'all.
I gotta talk to you later because I just joined an intense CFM league, and I gotta get some pointers from you.
Oh, brother. Okay, I'll help you out with that.
Just 4 verticals, bro. 4 freaking verticals all day.
But hey, I appreciate all y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Thank you to the chat, man. It's always a pleasure to be here in my second home. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'll
yeah, man. We missed you.
Always a pleasure to be in your presence,
I've been busy. man. Listen, I got some stuff cooking.
Oh, we got some stuff cooking. It's cooked.
Baby. Okay.
What do you mean by stuff?
I got some stuff cooking. I'll tell you guys later.
All right, peace out, man.
Call me, and I'll give you the skinny.
Heard. Have a good one.
All right, y'all. Take care. Deuces.
Now that Pest got us all riled up and he's leaving, like he said, we kind of got sidetracked a little bit. Ash Money's gonna be in here. I said if Pest dips, he could join up. What up, Ash Money? How you doing, man?
What up, man?
And you said you wanted to join specifically for this one, so perfect timing. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Listen, we can literally not go wrong here. It's getting kind of hectic in the chat. Jersey
it is kind of getting hectic.
Yeah, man. Yeah. My hair. I just took off my hat, but yeah, Jersey Life. I agree with you. I don't agree with your one point that was brought up, but Jersey Life was making a lot of good points in the comment section. It's if you go up, you probably have to go up like a ton. But what Pest was saying about the injury narrative, and I agree with Nate with this, is that we have players that are really injured, like get injured consecutively. I butchered my words every year. Sterling Shepard, I believe the last time he didn't get injured was his rookie season. Like he's been injured every year. Saquon's not injury prone. I don't say that, but Evan Ingram, he did last a season, but he's been injury prone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So my thing is just like, I get the offensive line thing. I get that people want to guard, but guys, like on paper, like we got to open our eyes. On paper, we are the best complete team that we have been since 2011.
I agree.
2016, we were good. 2016, we were good, but let's be real. We really got carried by our defense and Odell. Like, let's call a spade a spade. We are the best, most complete team we have been since 2011. So if we draft a good player like Micah Parsons and Miz, shout out to Miz, because I was on the stream with him the other day. He changed my mind because really I was just like, rah, 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 straight receiver. Micah Parsons is my first option right now. Then receiver. Yeah. Then receiver, then guard. I'm just saying, like, we are one player away from being deadly. Like, let's put all this. Let's put
I was
all this.
nervous there for a sec.
Yeah, let's put let's put all this aside. Could you imagine Michael Parsons blitzing with Carter Coughlin, Cam Brown, Tate Crowder, or get him like to say Crawford, Leonard Williams opening up holes for people in the Nigbo, if I said his name right. And I even mentioned Jabril Peppers. We don't even have to play Jabril Peppers at safety because our secondary's loaded. We can send Jabril Peppers on the blitz. Or imagine if we had Jalen Waddle going over the top. Why risk that why risk the chance to being lethal, like being deadly, like being the best defense in the NFC, if we're not already that, or having a much more firepower.
And legitimately,
offense.
I think we're already like a top 5 defense, to be honest with
What,
you.
Yeah.
What if I told you that if we drafted a Pro Bowl talent offensive lineman, we can go out and get a 3rd round receiver and be just as lethal?
This is my thing, KB.
Now-
I don't believe a 3rd round receiver is going to make us just as lethal.
He's saying the combination of that
the
and
combination, the combination of the lineman.
I agree with him, frankly.
Giving time to throw will make any receiver look good. Janoris Jenkins said it best when he was talking about
the receiver
the
get
pass rush.
separation.
Let's make this a tangible
if you
thing.
have a
Let's make
this
this a
is my
tangible
thing.
thing
Let
here,
me-
okay?
If you have
let
a
me-
line
yeah.
that can block, but the receiver isn't getting
Hold on.
separation, then the receiver
Let's
can
make
get
this real
separation.
quick. I think that we would be just as deadly, if not more, if we added a guy like Rashawn Slater to the offensive line in the 1st, and then drafted Elijah Moore in the 3rd round, as if we had just drafted Jalen Waddle at 11.
Elijah Moore's going in the 2nd.
Okay.
Stop the cap.
Here's
He
the
might
thing.
not.
Here's
He very
here's
well
the
could
thing.
fall.
De'Ami Brown in
Here's-
3rd. De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The receiver narrative that we can find somebody that works for us in later rounds, it's utter BS to me.
I
We
disagree.
have two of the deepest receiving classes last year, 2020, and I remember these names because I brought this point up so many times. People said the 2020 receiving class was the deepest, arguably all time, if not since 2014. We had Giants fans coming out and wanting, Gandy Golden, Antonio Gandy Golden, who's drafted by Washington, Devin Duvernay, James Proche, Quintez Cephas, Tyler Johnson. The rest of the names are forgetting me. I think the only late round receiver taken in rounds 3 to 7 that was really like a good piece that you can say was really could match the productivity of somebody like Laviska Shenault, somebody like a Chase Claypool was Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, well,
So my
if you're
thing is-
talking about... Sorry.
No, you're good. So my argument to that is I don't want another Darius Slayton, another suitable, good, solid receiver. I don't want another Ruben Randall. I want that dynamic player. And right now in the Giants receiving core, that only dynamic player for me is Kenny Galladay.
So
Okay, so my
Wait, real
response
quick,
to that...
I just want to get your.
Let me get the super chat real quick.
Oh, yeah,
and
go
then I'll
ahead.
let you guys go. Shout out to Jay Berman for the $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Great supporter. He says, if you prioritize offensive lineman and wide receiver, this draft is deep in both of those. In that sense, we're in a win-win situation. Wide receiver first, O-line second, or vice versa. All right. And what's up, Brooklyn? How you doing? You guys can go on.
I think what I would respond to that by saying is that if you want to talk about the drop-off between prospects 1st round, 3rd round, of course, absolutely. That's always a thing. That's why we have 1st-round prospects and 3rd-round prospects. It's just the nature of the beast. But when I look at it and I see a guy there that I think is a good dynamic receiving talent, but isn't as sure of a bet to be that dynamic threat at the NFL level, I would rather pair him with a better lineman and let him be our wide receiver 2 and Kenny Golladay take the big load than necessarily get Jalen Waddle.
Let me build off of that. It all depends on the mindset, and you're not wrong, Ashman. You're not wrong at all. It all depends on your mindset going into the draft. Are you looking for a compliment, or are you looking for a number 1 wide receiver?
Right.
If you're looking for a number 1 wide receiver, of course you would look in the first round. But me, as far as what I think this team needs, of course we want the best talent we can get at every position, right? But if we sit here and prioritize what needs the most help right now, in my opinion, I feel like the wide receiver position needs more of a compliment than a number 1 guy. I feel like the offensive line needs more of a number 1 guy than a compliment.
Anybody else have that? KB, you glitched out for a hot second.
The Afghan Wi-Fi ain't there.
Yeah.
Snap.
Hold on.
Last point.
Yo, NFL DNA in the chat. He's speaking my language.
I was saying that for the New York Giants specifically, I feel like our team needs more of a high prospect for the offensive line than a compliment. And a lot of people want the wide receiver position. It depends on how you look at it. If you want a number 1 guy for that wide receiver position, in that case, it will be a first round prospect. Or would you want a compliment or you think the best fit is a compliment for the wide receiver position? I feel like we're in a position right now where we don't need to get a number one wide receiver prospect for this wide receiver position. I think we would be good with a compliment because Kenny G, Sterling Shepard, I know these guys aren't the best wide receiving combo there is, but we literally signed Kenny G for that purpose alone, is being that number 1 guy. So it depends on the mindset coming into the draft. If you want a number 1 guy or if you want a compliment. And so, that's where we kind of veer off things. I know a lot of people really want a number 1 wide receiver prospect. A lot of people really want a number 1 offensive line prospect. So that's where we kind of veer off.
Now I think.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go. You go.
I think it's a little bit ironic that we're talking about this massive drop off, which does exist in prospects. But we have to remember this is just about what we can see now. In hindsight, when you look back, almost every single year, there is at least one guy in both round 2 and round 3 that is a really, really good receiver. Just look at the guys that Giants fans have been begging us to sign for ages and ages and ages. We finally signed Kenny Golladay, and the other one everyone was raving for was Allen Robinson. Both round 2 and round 3 guys. So there's always going to be receivers outside the first round that can make it happen at the NFL level. It's just about finding them. And like I said earlier, the drop-off is in prospect ability, not necessarily NFL level talent. Because I think there's guys that are going to be there that could, if they hit, be that number 1 dynamic threat you're talking about. It's just about where you want your certainty to be.
Now, here's my thing to that. The Giants don't have a good history in getting those receivers and later round.
That's a different thing.
Literally, look at, and I do bring up this thing again because look at the 2014 draft. Tell me one receiver taken in the late round, 2nd to 7, that isn't Devontae Adams that you would rather have over Odell and Mike Evans. Now, you straight. Now, Kid Blue, you make this point about you wanted somebody to be a compliment. Well, then I can make the point that we don't really need a solidified number 1 all-pro, Pro Bowl guard, right?
That's why I said we veer off. Yeah, that's why I said we veer off. That's where we differ in opinion.
I don't want anybody to think I'm just not an offensive line guy. Like literally, if we had a chance at Penei Sewell, I'm taking him over anybody in the draft. That's just facts. I would have a debate with taking over Jamar Chase, but I probably would lean towards Penei Sewell.
No, I'm with you. I'd take Jamar Chase. He's my favorite guy in this draft. I'd probably take Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Wait, Ashman, you're bringing up an interesting thing here because it's kind of leading into what I wanted to ask you guys, which is what do you think is both realistic for what you want to do come Thursday and Friday night? Because for me, even though like my last mock draft I had Slater, but I even said in that mock, it's probably not realistic. He's going to have to drop my most realistic thing and the thing that I want to happen. So, realism and what I want to happen lining up was when I did the mock draft when I took Jalen Waddle like as our first pick, and then I would probably go and get an offensive lineman in the second. So for you guys, where realism and what you want lines up, does it line up with a wide receiver in the first or an offensive lineman in the first?
Well, when you talk about realism, and Ash Money was hitting on this, everything that I ever say on YouTube, when I write anything, it's just what I'm speaking on generally. When you start to take into account the Giants as an organization, everything flies out the window. Because that's like saying, oh, we should trade down. Well, yeah, of course we should. We have Dave Gettleman as a general manager. Some things are not going to happen when you're a fan of the New York Giants. So when Ash Money makes an excellent point, which is that we historically do not find those guys that I'm talking about in rounds 2 and round 3, I'm just saying that we should be trying to. Not that the Giants will be able to. That's a whole other discussion for another time.
What's up, Minty Sports?
And to the point of Mike Evans, Odell Beckham Jr. in that 2014 class, you're absolutely right. And that's what we're talking about with the talent gap round 1, round 3. Because there is a gap there. But when we have already our wide receiver 1 in Kenny Golladay, I don't think you necessarily still need to be aiming there in the first round. I think you can afford at that point to be trying to hit those guys round 2, round 3. And just for every class of 2014 with Odell Beckham and Mike Evans, there's a 2020 with I'm trying to get my years not confused here. But the year with Jerry Jeudy and with
last year.
Henry Ruggs.
Last year.
Yeah, okay. So none of them hit as well as Chase Claypool did, I would say, in their rookie seasons.
Justin Jefferson did.
Justin Jefferson obviously being the better example,
CD
but he
had
was first.
Andy Dalton. Jerry Jeudy had Drew Lock. So
that's very true.
I feel like they would hit if they were on like Pittsburgh or something. But I see your point, though.
Yeah,
Nate, I see your point. But to answer the realism and then lines up with want, is there a scenario where the realism does line up with what you want, and what is it? Is it that receiver or is it that lineman?
I'm sorry. I'm talking authentic in the chat. Who are you talking to?
I'll answer.
Yeah,
well,
go ahead, KB.
I feel like, see, here's the thing. I'm this whole draft, since we got Kenny Golladay, I've been preaching offensive lineman. But how I honestly see the draft going, I see us going receiver just because I don't think there's an offensive lineman we're taking at 11 with what's possibly going to be available. Obviously, I'm a huge Slater guy. Slater's my number 1 target in this draft. Obviously, barring a crazy situation where Sewell drops or Jamar Chase drops, whatever the case may be, Slater's my guy. And if Slater's not there, I know the Giants are a receiver to stay at 11. If they
that cave Wi-Fi again.
KV, you are in like some type of cave in like South Africa or something,
this Wi-Fi is where I'm at.
Jesus, KB.
Yo, you want to leave and come back into the room because all we're hearing is Transformers Autobot sounds, bro.
My God.
It's like 20 years behind.
Roll out
in disguise.
KV, leave the room and then come back.
Yo, you still have a Family Guy joke about that, though?
My ears.
Yeah,
while he is coming back, does anybody else want to take up the question I was saying?
Alex didn't go in a long time, so
yeah, I'll take it up. So obviously, going back to the receiver conversation, I'm going to agree with Nate about this class. I think it's deeper than people see. That's why I kind of said earlier. I don't know if I touched on it. If I didn't, I'll do it now. I don't think this O-line class is, especially guards, is really that deep. I mean, in the first, second round, there's guys like Landon Dickerson, Vera Tucker, and a couple other guys. But going, into the later rounds, there's not that guaranteed guy. It's more like a, depth. But when you go to wide receivers, it's a completely different story. And going back on the wide receiver situation, it's also like every other position. But if we're going to talk about wide receiver, there's a couple of outcasts when it comes to not first round picks that have ended up well. Antonio Brown, well, obviously, a little hiatus in there before he went to the Buccaneers. Devontae Adams, Kenny Golladay, 3rd round pick, Allen Robinson, 2nd round pick. So that's why I'm okay if Devonta Smith or Jalen Waddle isn't there, which I think there's going to be at least one receiver there. I would rather go Devonta than Jalen, to be honest with you. But if the Giants, they decide, we're going to go O-line here, whoever it may be, or a corner or whoever, they can leave wide receiver to the next couple of rounds. It's just going to have to be their mindset, like KB said, and it's going to have to render on player development, which honestly it's kind of touchy this year if you're going to really talk about the later rounds, considering what's been going on the last week with the NFLPA and stuff like that. My opinion.
So to answer that question, are we talking about just in terms of offensive line and receiver?
So I'll repeat it, right? So even though, like, for example, my last mock I had Slater going, that was the mock where I took a liberty and I made somebody fall, because in my opinion he's not going to be there. So if I'm going to speak realistically, the guy I want the most is going to be Jalen Waddle in this draft, because I think he can be there. So what is that for you? Where realism, which is what I do think is realistic, Waddle could be there, lines up with the guy that you really want. Are you frozen?
Okay, so I just lagged out. Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, so So I do think Sewell and Slater, I just can't see them going, or I can't see Slater reaching 11 because you have Carolina if they don't trade back.
Yeah.
I think Miami, people expect Miami to take Chase, but they have 2 first-round picks. They had a pick 12 and then they had a pick at 18. I feel like they don't really value the receiving side of things as much as people may expect, just because you can get somebody like Rashad Bateman or Kadarius Toney or somebody at 18, so I feel like they might surprise a lot of people and take Slater, Pitts, or even Parsons, because I do think if Belichick likes Parsons and if Judge likes Parsons, then I'm gonna just assume that Brian Flores likes Parsons as well, because they're similar in that type of coaching tree, But I do think receiver is the most likely to be there, just because you have 3 guys, and we know Jamar Chase is definitely gonna. It is to Diggy. It is 30%.
He's frozen.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, is everybody running on McDonald's Wi-Fi tonight?
I'm not.
Mickey Mouse Wi-Fi.
I caught the itis, but 30% Jamar Chase is going to be there. I've been staying day one. It's a 30% chance. If Carolina or Detroit trades back or take a quarterback, it goes up to 40-50. So, but yeah, I do think a receiver, being 3 receivers, going to be there. I do think a receiver, or not be there, but 3 receivers, I don't think all 3 receivers go in the top 10. So I think at least one of them, either Smith or Waddle, or by God's good grace, under his good son, Jamar Chase. So, yeah.
Alex and Nate, did you guys answer that weird? I know it's kind of a weird question yet.
Sorry, what is the question? I've been talking off that.
Between realism.
Where does realism line up with one for you?
Well, realism and what we want to happen in the NFL draft are 2 completely different planes of existence.
So does it not line up at all for you with any pick?
I mean, not very well. I think realistically there could be guys there that I would love to see in Giants blue, certainly. But when you talk about what could realistically happen in the NFL draft, literally anything could happen in the NFL draft. It is impossible to predict. So I don't know. Take from that what you will.
I'm gonna say, in terms of real quickly, the brisk stuff, that's probably the 3rd best brand iced tea. There's Arizona and there's Snapple.
No. If we're talking iced tea alone, for me, brisk is on top. Arizona is just a good drink because they got mad flavors, bro. So they're number 1.
Nah,
drink.
I like the iced tea is brisk. Hold it. Before, can we just address Nick the Wick? He says there's a spider on my pop filter.
I mean, you have your pop filter in front of you. You could see if there is or not.
Maybe that's a joke or something. But the only connection I can make to realism in terms of what I would want is probably wide receiver round 1 in just terms of a position. Obviously, that could change if the Giants end up taking Parsons or someone else. But that's probably going to be where my realism where my expectations, wants comes into terms with the realism, and that's probably the only place that those two do connect. And then the later rounds, I have no idea in terms of expectations and stuff like that.
Yo, KB looks like yo. What is that look on his face, bro? He popped. He's looking at his car or something. Like, yo, what's making that sound?
It's a defeated look. That's what it is. It's defeated.
Oh, you on your
okay?
phone now, aren't you?
Yes, I'm on my phone now. Could you guys can probably hear your echo, can't you?
No, it's good.
Are you sure? Okay, cool.
I'm just loving the low broadcast quality here thing, dude. I'm loving
The
it.
bad audio
Gotta
basement show.
love it, man.
The low budget quality here is great.
Listen, here in this undisclosed location, well, we don't get a lot of good signal here, man. So, yeah, that's just
Saquon.
The Martinez one. I mean, it's probably coming next week or something. I only ordered it a couple days ago. Yeah. By the way, KB, I think your crappy Wi-Fi may be infectious because it went over to Ash Money as well.
KB,
Oh, okay,
I mean, what's going on here, dude?
Yeah.
is my phone quality really bad too?
Nah, it's good though. Do you remember what point you were making before you disconnected?
No, but I'm pretty sure it's not that important. So we can move on.
All right. Well,
Alright.
with that being said, I think I'm going to cut this stream down back to the perfect number of 4. Let it fit nice and even on the screen. I'm going to head out for the night. It has been a long day and a long week, and I am just going to get nice and comfy and get ready to go to sleep early.
For sure, man. Nate, thank you for popping in. And before anybody else pops out, I'll just get the mock draft going right now. And like you said, with a perfect number of 4, I'll let you guys decide. Are we going 6th-round Giants mock draft, or let's do, a full just first-round mock? Which one you guys want?
Doesn't matter to me.
I don't care.
Ash Money?
Heads or tails?
You let chat decide what they want to.
Yeah, I can let the chat decide, man. If you want first round, type 1. If you want, 6, type 6. I got 1-1 from Jervis here. I got an NFC East one. I mean, that's an interesting one. That could be a 6-round NFC East one.
Eagles have like 12 picks.
Got Giants. Got more so far. More Giants. Jervis, don't be spamming. Calvin
We see
saying
that.
1.
Jaden saying 1. Logan
Let's
saying
just go
1.
with the 1. Let's just go with the 1.
I mean, y'all got time to do both.
I have all the time on my hands.
Yeah.
All right, then bet we'll do
Yeah.
both. So we'll
I
roll
don't
with the
work tomorrow,
first round
so.
one first, and then we'll do the Giants one second. So let's draft. Go and get that out of the way. Go ahead there, Alex.
Zach Wilson has to be the most obvious one.
Ash Money.
So I will go with what I think will happen. You know what? No, scratch that. Go Justin Fields.
Were you really about to go Mac Jones for a second, bro?
I was, but I was like, it just can't be true. It just can't. Just can't.
All right, KB.
All right, I'm going Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
Take him off the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Sewell off the board as well.
Not gonna lie, KB kind of stole my pick.
That's exactly
I've
why I
done-
just took him off the board. No controversy.
I've done that way too many times to other people during mock drafts, but with this one, I'm going to take the best receiver in this class, Jamar Chase.
Give me the tough one, huh? Okay, so
That's easy, man.
people,
They could use
Yeah,
a
but
linebacker.
I don't think they really go receiver. I know that's their biggest need, but
Interesting.
That is interesting.
let's stir it up. Give me a quarterback. Give me Trey Lance.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about stirring it up.
Okay.
Jared Goff is just chopped liver, huh?
$35 million just
I
out
guess
the
that
window.
money means nothing to Detroit.
I mean, look at the Giants cap situation this year. I mean,
Yeah, but
I will say this to answer Rick's question. The only medical concerns I saw was his I think it was epilepsy or something. I'm not worried because
And they said
apparently
he's-
a good amount of people in his family have had it and they just grew out of it. So
Yeah, they said he's
Does he
already
have?
grown
He's
out
a
of it.
current
I think.
epileptic.
Yeah, but it hasn't affected his game at all.
Oh, that's scary too. But let's see. All right. Damn, I really don't want to do this because I really want him to fall, but you guys always have it in this situation, man. Rashawn Slater. God dang.
I mean, you could have gone Parsons. I mean, nobody was stopping you.
Yeah, they
Nah,
do need a linebacker.
I really don't see Parsons going to Carolina.
So now I got the Broncos, and I was gonna go Trey Lance before the stupid Detroit Lions went.
You know who
Trey
to go.
Lance.
You know who to go.
No,
You know who to
Stupid
go.
Lions tricks are for kids.
you know what though?
You know who to go.
Nah, I'm gonna have a trade. I'm gonna have a trade.
Of
Nice.
course.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Yo,
I
Authentic, what's
really
up, man?
don't want to go Mac Jones, bro. At 9, Jesus, what other needs are there for the
There's
Broncos?
linebacker.
No.
What kind of linebacker do they need though?
Just I think all around linebacker.
You could get a you could Parsons.
Yeah, I'll go Parsons, man.
No.
'Cause I don't-
I'm
What's wrong with
sorry.
you, bro? You good?
I really
You good?
You're
wanted
supposed to
Parsons.
pick for the Giants, right? Oh yeah,
I
I
really
know we get
wanted
it.
Parsons there. I really wanted him there. Sorry.
Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, so as of right now, I'm not going to buy the total stuff on Cowboys getting offensive line. But even though J.C. Horn did tell Cowboys officials in a Zoom meeting that he is the best corner in the draft, I'm not going to believe that as of right now and take Patrick Surtain. Where is he?
He's good question.
Oh.
There he is.
I'm an idiot.
Yo, come on, Ash Money. There's one pick to be made here, bro. It's almost as if I schemed it to happen, but
You
There's
did,
one
but
pick
I'm
to be
not going to
made
call
here.
you out on it. I'm not going to call you out on
He
it.
also picked Trey Lance where he could have picked the receiver.
Yeah, but I don't think Detroit really I just felt like Detroit took Goff just because they needed a quarterback, and it got
I could only rub my
first
hands
round
for
picks.
so
They can
long.
restart the rebuild, but let's get
Wash
Waddle,
your
man.
hands for 20 seconds.
Let's just do it.
That's what I'm talking
Run it
about,
up to the
bro.
board.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Jalen Waddle. Let's
I
get
believe Devonta Smith to the freaking Eagles.
it. You gotta, yo. Oh yeah, man, KB, you gotta make this pick for the Eagles, man.
Oh damn. I'm gonna go Christian Barmore here. Playing. I'm just
Didn't know
playing.
Fletcher Cox was already on his way out.
I'm just
Mac
playing.
Jones.
I hate to do this, but Devontae Smith.
You can blame Ash Money for that.
Facts. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. And I got the Chargers. Yeah, no brainer here. I'm gonna go Darisaw.
This has been one of the most boring picks besides the number 1 and 2 overall. But anyway, with the 14th pick, I'm going to end up taking Kwity Paye.
Where's he at? Am I not seeing him? They have him at 23. Okay, then.
I'm doing some highway robbery.
You know what? I want to go quarterback here, but I don't believe all the hype around Belichick wanting a quarterback.
Well, he
You know
did
what?
make a face when Mac Jones
Yeah.
overthrew a ball, yeah.
That's damn.
Now you going off a face?
I mean, he was
Nah.
like, something like that.
He was shaking his head. He looked grumpy, but give me Aziz.
Whoa, that's one I never saw coming. Okay,
Interesting.
interesting. Jinx. KB.
Okay. I'm going to take Elijah Bear Tucker.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised with that pick. A lot of people have them mocking and getting, a corner. I don't think that's going to happen at all.
Okay. With the Raiders, I mean, hold up.
Raiders.
Hold up. Is
O-line.
corner a need for the Raiders?
Facts, Diggy. That's what I'm saying.
If corner is a need for the Raiders, which this shows it is, can anybody confirm if it's a need?
I don't know. I honestly don't
It
believe
is.
that. I think it's on coaching, to be honest with you. I mean, they made a couple of reaches, in my opinion. I think they selected like Damon Arnett early, wherever they did last year. But I just think what was it? Trayvon
Oh.
Mullen, a couple
Yeah,
other guys. But I don't think it's a need. I think it's on coaching.
yeah, they
Okay.
haven't had a lot of success too. They drafted Gary on Conley, but they shipped him off to Houston.
All right. Because I wouldn't mind giving them J.C. Horn. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to give him J.C. Horn. A lot of people view him as possibly the best corner right now in the class. They're at 17. That's great value.
That is probably a Gruden grinder pick, knowing that they have 3 offensive line holes on the right side.
Shout out to Minty Sports for a $2 chat. He says, for Philadelphia, I like Waddle. I think he will fit with Jalen Hurts well. Okay, it took me a minute to figure out what
me
JH
too.
well. So thank you, bro.
Yeah, them super chats only give you a little bit of characters, man. You have to fit it in there.
Yeah, Minty Sports, no problem, bro. I see his second comment there. But yeah, go ahead there, Alex.
Okay, so with this pick, I really like to refrain from picking this. But I guess it kind of leaves me no choice. Najee Harris at 18.
Why'd you say it left you no choice?
No
I
offensive
mean,
line.
it's because whenever I'm at the Dolphins position, I just don't like drafting a running back because I honestly don't think that is going to happen within the first couple of rounds.
Okay, but Washington here, Ash Money.
Let's crush Chicago and let's draft Mac Jones for them.
I really like Jones to Washington. KB?
I'm going to go. Farley's my favorite corner in the draft. I'm just scared with injuries. So, matter of fact, screw that. Give me Terrace Marshall.
Over Rashad Bateman? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
By the way,
I
I feel
think-
like that's a Ryan Pace pick.
I think with the you know how drafts go with draft stocks. So
I bet. Shout out to C Bands in the chat as well. And I mean, if Bateman slips to Indy, I don't know. I think Bateman to
C-
Indy makes sense. So I'm going Bateman, man. I would love to see Bateman in
That,
Indy.
yeah.
Yeah, with this 20, there's a lot of defensive needs here. I mean, their offensive line was better than they were the year prior, but Koromoa seems like a reasonable selection. Let me see the edge class real quick. I think I know who's there, but I'm just gonna look at it anyway. Yeah, let me go take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, even though they re-signed Jaylen Brown to my recollection.
Okay.
So I'm up with the
yeah,
Jets.
Vance says I can't believe the NFL draft is in 6 days. Yup, me neither. I cannot believe it. It's coming up.
Can you go to offensive line or just
Which
all
one?
offense? You can just leave it at offense. Ooh. Give me Cosme for the Jets.
Cosme? I bet.
Big for Steeler gang.
KB?
All right. Who am I? Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will go. Call it a reach or not, I'm going to get Creed Humphrey here.
Makes sense.
I don't necessarily think it's a reach. Then I got the Jaguars. I usually always go safety for them, but I really don't want this guy to slip anymore. I'm going to go Christian Barmore.
Good fit.
Interesting.
Good fit.
With this pick, I don't think it's necessarily in need of offense, but I do think they need linebacker. With that, I am going to take Zaven Collins out of Tulsa.
Mm-hmm. Good pick.
Okay, but
Can you go to receiver?
I'm sorry I took Terrace Marshall off the board, man.
I
He's
forgot that
usually-
Rashad Bateman was off the board. I was literally thinking about that was going to be my pick right here, but give me I don't know, because they have a lot of receivers that are built like Tony. So go to all for a second. Sorry. Who does Baltimore have at linebacker?
Do they still have
I think
Bowser?
there's
I know.
I never know how to say his name. Patrick and whatever his name is, and then also
Worcester, whatever his name is.
yeah, and then also the Patrick Queen.
Yeah, they got Patrick Queen,
Oh yeah,
Jalen
Patrick Quinn. Okay.
Ferguson. They
I
also
don't know
got
how I
LJ
forgot about
Fort
that.
and Tyus Bowser.
Okay. You know what? Give me Tony. I'll just go that. Give him extra
All right.
weapon.
I think Edge would have been good there.
All right.
Maybe.
Can I see the linebackers, please? And this screen is so small, so
I'll read it off. Davis, Browning, Jabril Cox, Pete Werner, Nick Bolton, Dylan Moses.
yeah. Can I see corner?
Greg
Yummy.
Newsome, Caleb Farley, Melifonwu, Joseph, Stokes,
Give
Samuel.
me Caleb Farley. I'll
Okay,
take
so
Caleb Farley here.
somebody takes a little bit of a chance on him there.
Yep.
I got Green Bay. And with Green Bay, who's over there? I'll go Bolton.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss pre Kyle Rudolph New York Giants fans off and say Patrick Freiermuth.
Giants fans rage everywhere.
Can you go to Edge, please? Damn. Okay.
Oh, that's right. They have 31 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should they take a chance on Phillips? I think so. Let's go Phillips for me.
I just noticed that some weird just happened in the chat. Yo, Authentic, you good? He was deleting a lot of people messages, and then he got timed out because he was deleting messages. What in the world happened?
What happened?
I'm just looking at the chat because people are asking if Authentic is good, but then when I'm going back, apparently he deleted a lot of people's messages. I'm assuming it was a mistake, and then in order to stop him from deleting people's messages, he got timed out by the mods. That's weird. That's pretty weird.
That's Quay.
Yeah. But yeah, 31 here though, Ash Money.
Yeah, I said Phillips for them.
Phillips.
Yeah, they're gonna take a shot here.
Well, I hope it's a mistake. That's very weird, Edward. And then 32, KB.
32. I will take Jason Owe.
Wow, Joseph Osai does not go in the first round. But that was the first round mock. And for the sake of saving time, because apparently Mortal Kombat came out, so I want to see that after this, we're going to do the 6th round mock, Giants only. Let's get into it.
I'm going to go see it in theaters. I'm hesitant. I could watch it right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I want to go to theaters to see it.
I bet. So this was the first 10. Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, Fields, Pitts, Chase, Smith, Slater, Jones, Darisaw. Penei Sewell is still on the board. I think this is a no-brainer.
Oh, freaking way. Yeah. Yo, PFN is retarded. All right.
We're going Penei Sewell, bro. I don't even think that needs to be thought about, man. This is going quite fast. But let's see. That's how it went from Michael Parsons, J.C. Horn, Surtain, Waddle all the way to 15.
Trey Smith came off.
Yeah. Quee Pay 24. Jamin Davis does end up going in the first round.
Diggy says hashtag Sage Surratt to MYG.
And by the way, NFL DNA, thank you for coming in, man. Have a good one. Yeah, so that's a very interesting.
Trey Smith
we got
Penei Sewell,
bro.
That's the Detroit Lions for you.
Where are we going here, guys? Pat Fryman's still on the board. Along with wide receivers, there's some good. There's some.
I take Freiermuth here.
What about the rest of y'all?
I kind of want to go receiver here, but I could see Freiermuth.
Yeah, Let's see what receiver looks like.
This is what's on the board for receiver.
Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, Diami Brown.
Up to you guys.
I would choose Rondell. I just like him better. If we
So
were
you
to-
take the
if
chance
we were
on
to
the
go-
like we were saying injuries earlier. You take the chance on Rondell's injuries.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got one Rondell. Alex, what did you say?
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to side with KB here and say Pat Fryermuth.
Majority has it, Ash Money, unfortunately.
Oh, I see.
There's 4 of us,
He said,
bro.
"I
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to
just
vote on
messing.
it.
I'm just messing.
Yeah, shout out to Talking Giants in here as well. They said Diami.
Hey, Bobby or Justin.
said-
I think it's probably Bobby. I think it's
They
Bobby.
said
Yeah, probably
Diami. By the
Bobby.
way, I will say, whoever it is, Penny Sewell at 11 somehow. Don't ask. And now Brian
Don't
Reed at
ask.
30 at 42.
This
This
is already an
76
A+ draft.
this
Already
76
an
pick
A+.
is going to be very interesting, man.
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to go?
Here, there's 3 different Browns here. Wow. Spencer Brown, Monroe St. Brown, Danny.
And Rondell Moore was
It's
still
Danny.
on the board.
Is gonna have
Danny
to be a
Brown.
receiver.
You want to make him happy? Well, I probably take Rondell Moore, but
With the way this is going, bro, we
Look
could
at
take
the,
Rondell Moore and still get a linebacker in the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
Rondell
do
Moore.
it. Rondell. Hey, Ash Money, we
No.
still got your guy.
No, I don't want him anymore.
What?
It's like, nah. I don't want him anymore. We had the chance to take him. We didn't take him. I don't want him. Say, nah, let's just
He's
take
there.
him. I know.
So Rondell,
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
bet. The way this is going, I guarantee you we're gonna still have a linebacker at 116. Oh no.
Yo,
Wow.
Kush, screenshot this after the draft, bro. Put this
Oh,
on Twitter,
man.
bro.
They really the linebackers went off, bro. Wow. That's kind of crazy.
Damn.
Both of the linebackers, the best one on the board is Monty Rice out of
We
Georgia.
could wait. We could wait.
Wait on him.
We could wait for Monty Rice.
Yeah.
So what are you guys thinking here?
I'm gonna say Tyler Shelvin.
Tyler
What's
Sheldon?
What's Edge looking like?
De Conrumbo Organic.
Flynn Hayes. Ah man, we're gonna have to reach on somebody, man.
Wait till the next round.
Yeah, but we're waiting till next round,
linebacker.
and we're waiting till
Well, I
next
mean-
round Edge. So I
We
don't
don't
know.
have a pick in the next round.
You
Next round is
think
the 5th
Monty
round.
Rice? Oh wait, that's a big L. Forgot.
Man,
So you guys want to roll the dice on Monty Rice?
I
Is that meant
guess.
to be a rhyme?
It was unintentional, but I guess we're rolling the dice on him.
Monty Rice.
Monty Rice, because we don't pick again until the 6th.
Yeah,
Man.
I'd argue that Diggy's right. That we will. I don't know how I feel about getting a linebacker, but
Now here at 196, where do you guys want to go?
Let's see what edge looks like. And in my opinion, if there's nothing there, at least in my view,
if a guy like Kane Doe is there, yeah, I'd probably go after Kane Doe or Rumpf. A lot of people love Rumpf. It really,
you could take him
guys-
at 201.
Yeah.
Oh, what up, Danny King? He says this is Danny King.
You sure it's Danny King? Because Bobby likes to say he's a lot of different people.
What you guys thinking?
I think we could wait at 201 for Rumpf, honestly. I mean, I don't know what linebackers are here, though it's probably not going to be much of value. I think running back is also
Well, we
on the
did
board.
get Monty.
Oh,
So
yeah,
far,
we did.
just
right.
because of the, so far, just because of the first 3 rounds, this is A+.
Yeah.
Puka.
He's still there?
He probably is. They have him
He's
ranked
always
kinda
there,
low.
dude. This dude never gets drafted.
Let's see. Oh no, he might have been drafted.
Yeah, he's
bro.
there. No,
No,
he's
he's
there.
right there. He's right there.
Did I scroll past him?
Yeah, look up Puka.
Oh, there he is,
They got him.
299.
Williams.
Puka.
So I'm guessing that's a consensus pick then.
Look
Yeah, Puka Williams.
that KB kid.
And then at edge, I'm guessing we're gonna go Chris Rumpf.
Yep.
Dude, this is an A+ freaking draft, man. A+.
That's a pretty good draft. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
None of this probably is realistic, other than the last pick. My opinion.
Hey, Danny/Bobby/Justin, rate this draft. Rate it. Best New York Giants job you've ever seen.
No, I say we're Super Bowl contenders, man. I mean,
Right there. If this is not realistic, then I don't know what is. All right, that is as realistic as you can get.
the best thing since sliced bread.
That's right.
Take a look at that,
good.
man. Somebody let us know how realistic this is. But I'm probably gonna end out the stream right there, though, guys. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. You guys, audience, mean the world to me. It was nice to have a nice little episode, just chilling. Before Diggy says we failed to get the best wide receiver in the draft, bro.
Oops.
It is what it is, man. It is. We got the best offensive lineman in the draft. You know what I'm saying? That's we got Pat Fryermuth and Rondell Moore, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Duran says Saquon's rushes for 2,000. You guys are amazing, man. You made it a fun last episode of Just Chillin' before the draft. Technically, there's another one on Tuesday, but that's just gonna be the call-in show. So it's gonna be talking with you guys. You guys were amazing. Shout out to Alex for popping on, KB for popping on, Ash Money for popping on. Any last words, man?
Oh, well, if anybody wants to go, me, Miz, Zion, and anybody else who wants to join, we will be doing a live stream on my channel either Tuesday or Wednesday, at around 8:00 p.m. I'll hit up Hub, and Hub, if you want to like retweet my tweet or anything, so I know you have fans on Twitter, let people know. We will be having a stream, kind of like a call in, and talking about stuff pre-draft, 2 nights or a night before the draft. So you guys should come on and check us out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be on my channel. I'll be live 4 days in a row, and that's gonna be a lot. But I'm committed to it. The first 3 nights are nights, and the ones during the day on Saturday, which is probably a day I'm gonna be free. So you know what? Come on, pop on by. We're gonna have a lot of fun during the draft period.
All right, then, man. Hey, guys, thank you for tuning in. Have a good one.